Hello, everyone. This hour on Verbling, the next in my Getting Results in Business series. Right now, we're going to continue with our new unit, relatively new unit, um, communication, specifically business communication, and more specifically, how technology has impacted business communication. In this unit, we're discussing ways of communicating using different kinds of technology and how that technology affects businesses and organizations, and how it affects your job in particular. You're also going to be thinking about what aids communication or makes it better, and how that will affect people working together in teams or groups. And today we're going to work on our business skills. We're going to return to something we started yesterday too. We didn't give everyone a chance to talk. So we're going to return to talking about how it impacts your jobs, but we're going to be moving on to the business skills section where you're going to practice the language for explaining procedures, and particularly about video and teleconferencing. So that's a little bit about the class. Here's a bit about me. I'm Jon-Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I'm an American teacher from New York, hanging out in Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. By the way, here are 3 quick rules to help you participate. Don't forget to turn off, tune in, and open up. That means when you're not speaking, turn off your microphone so we keep the classroom nice and quiet. When you are speaking, tune in to the new words. Use them as actively as you can so I can correct you and give you feedback. And finally, open up to your classmates. Relax and have fun. We're all here to learn, and this is a safe and respectful place to practice your English. That is all you need to know about me. I want to know about you. So welcome back, Daniel and Rebecca. And let's say hello to Saida. Hello, Saida. How are you? You're new?
I'm fine.
Where are you from, Saida?
I'm from Kyrgyzstan.
From Kyrgyzstan?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Very good.
You know where it is?
Do I know? I've never been there. I've heard of it. I know that there's uh, I know that there's a
Central.
lot of there's a lot of there's a lot of something with the space program is there, right? Don't they launch a lot of things? Am I right? Yeah.
Right.
That's the only thing I know about it. Is there anything we ought to know? Tell us about it. Tell us about it. What do we need to know?
I need speaking. Yes, of course. I recommend you come
Okay.
here. It's nice place.
What will we see when we come?
You can see mountain, Tinshan Mountain, and Isikul Lake.
Very good. So a lot of nature.
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Bring pictures next time.
Next
All
time.
right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Well, this is where we are. I'm going to go back to, give me just a second here. I'm going to go back to yesterday I didn't really share the notes with you, but today I will. When you open the notes link, this is our shared notes. You'll see this graphic. The notes, by the way, are always in the class material, but I made a change yesterday. The change is any material we use in class, I'm going to put in the notes document so that you only have to open one document instead of several. So when you open it, it looks like this. And I'll go down to today's class. Right now we're in Unit 11, Communications. If you need to, you can go to the table of contents and click on the link, or you could just scroll down till you see Unit 11. Okay. Yesterday, we were working out of this first presentation, so I'm going to open that in a window. And I sent you a homework yesterday, so I open that too, and we can take a quick look at the homework. In yesterday's class, I wrote a summary. So just to bring you up to date, yesterday we read about two cases in a business context, two cases where technology affected communication in an important way. One was about a ship. Um, uh, I can't even remember what it was about.
Chari
Daniel, help me out.
charity ship.
Yeah, I forgot what it was about. I remember there was something about micro scopes in one, and the charity ship. I just completely blanked. What was it? I can't remember. Oh my God, what was it?
They share their research.
They shared their research. That was the one about sharing with the with the remote surgery, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. So okay, that was right. So technology here was integrated so that they could take a ship, go different places, and provide healthcare remotely. Doctors could be in a remote place, get up-to-date research. They could take blood samples from local people, and that research could be available immediately all over the world. So that was the first case, and the other one was about I think it was a new kind of microscope, if I remember right. The important thing was we took the texts and we took the key words from the texts and we put them through changes. We looked at the keyword families. So that means looking at the nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, looking at the same form of words. I can help you review that in just a minute. Finally, we use these forms to talk about the impact of technology in our own business communication, in our own fields. So the result is you should have a better idea about word families, the different kind of endings of words, and you should have a good set of keywords to use to talk about technology and communication. So let's start with the homework. This is what I sent yesterday. Did anyone have a chance to try out the homework?
Yes. No.
Okay. Any questions from the homework?
No.
No questions?
No question.
Is Daniel the only one who did the homework? Daniel, you're the only one who ever does the homework. You're the only one. This first exercise was the same that I included in our map of the unit. I'll open that as well. It's going to take a minute, so I'll go back to it. On the second page, you had to use the words in different forms. Use the correct form of the word. Any questions about this?
I made some mistakes, but I don't have questions.
Okay, well, why don't we do the homework, this second part together as a review, because it's what we did yesterday.
Yes.
Let's do it as a review, just this part, and then I'm going to ask you to. I'm going to share with you the chart that we made yesterday, and I'm going to ask you to talk about technology and your particular field. Okay, so let's start there. Daniel, you did the homework. Why don't you start us off? We're using analyze, participate, communicate, consult, and transfer.
Yes.
So take number one for us and change the word family.
Systems analyst is an IT expert who looks at companies' needs and designs computer programs. In this case, we don't have to choose the word.
Do we agree, class, or do we disagree with Daniel? No one is answering. Oh my God! Can anyone hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Do you agree with Daniel's answer?
I can't find it. This material. I hear, but I can't find.
What do you see on screen, Saida? What do you see on the screen right now?
I open, but
We are on page 4, if you've opened it, and it's the link If you go here to Unit 11, which
Where?
is on page, one second,
3.
on
Also,
page 7, you click on the link that says Homework 1, okay? And then when you open that,
no?
you will go to page 4.
Okay.
Or just look at the screen, because I'm sharing my screen with you, so you can see it right in front of you too.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to write anything. We're just doing this by speaking. Daniel, give us the answer again. For number 1, everyone listen up and tell me if you agree. A system's what?
Analyze.
A system's analyze.
Analyze.
Do we agree, class?
Analysis could be better, I think, if you are talking about a person
And we
or
are. We are talking about a person.
Yes, it's right.
So, Daniel, what's the correction that Raphael said? Did you get it?
Uh, uh, it's not an adjective.
No. It's a person.
It's a person.
And how do you know it's a person?
Describe the person. Analyze systems.
It says, look, you know it's a noun. By the way, Saida, look, if you need the link, here's the direct link to the presentation, okay? Look in the chat window and you can click on it. So the second link. Daniel, it says a systems blank. A is an article.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of word?
A noun. A noun.
Exactly. So it's got to be a noun. And analyze is a verb. So Raphael is right. Not analyze, but once again, Daniel,
Analyst.
analyst. Right. That's our personal noun.
Okay.
Analyst. Okay. Raphael, take 2.
But one question, how do you pronounce the noun? Analysis.
The noun, the non-personal noun is analysis.
Yeah, and the other one, the other noun?
Analyst.
Analyst. And the
So-
verb is the
And the
same?
verb is no, not at all.
No? Okay.
Let's do it like this. First the verb. To analyze.
Yes.
Analyze.
Analyze.
Right.
Ana-
Now the personal noun.
Yes.
Analyst.
Analyst.
So analyze, analyst.
Yes.
Now the impersonal noun. Analysis.
Analysis. Okay.
So the verb, the stress, move. Okay? And now the adjective,
Yes, analytical.
analytical.
Analyst.
Analytical.
Okay.
So the stress, in other words, the syllable that's stronger, will shift, and sometimes the vowel, A-E-I-O-U, sometimes the vowel changes from one form to another. So instead of analyst, we have analy, I. The vowel changes sound.
Analyze. Analysis.
No, wait a second. Analyze,
The verb, yeah, to analyze.
and the personal noun is analyst.
Analyst, and the other one is
Analysis.
Analysis.
Right.
Yeah.
And so in your notes, actually, let me put this in the notes. Instead of telling you, I'll just do it. Look at the notes here. I'm going to say analyze. And notice that it's capitalized here to show you where the stress is. Analyze. Oops. Oh, what happened to my... There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to put it in bold. So that is the verb.
Okay.
Okay. After that, we have analyst. Again, it's capital A-N. Analyst. And that is our PN for personal noun. Nope, sorry, analysis. There we go. Analysis. In fact, the N really goes over there. So I'll do it like this. Analysis. It's our regular noun. And then the adjective, analytical. Analytical. It's our adjective. And I'll make that in, I'll put that in bold. It's difficult to use this document. And so I'm showing you this because it's what you should do in your notes. The same thing. Capitalize the stress. That way you can visually back up your auditory memory. In other words, you can see it and you'll be able to remember hearing it better that way. Okay?
Yeah.
Analyze, analyst, analysis, analytical. And you can do something else. If you were in my pronunciation practice class, you can go back to our verb chart and you can attach a color to it. Because look, analyze, the color from our chart is white. Because white lies. Analysis, an analyst, color is pink. Had pink pigs and we had white lions. So I'm giving you the sound of the Y in both cases because that's the one that you have to remember.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The other ones I think are pretty easy. I think they're easier. But I would put it exactly like this in your notes and then I'd review them like in a day or two and just to see if you can remember. You can even test yourself by writing the word normally and then having this phonetic form next to it. One thing that I used to do is to create a 2-column spreadsheet like Excel. I put the word in the first column. I'll put the definition or pronunciation in the second column. And when you use Excel or you use Google spreadsheets, you can hide the columns. So I would just hide the second column. I would try to recall what I wanted to remember, the definition or the word or the pronunciation. I would then unhide it and check. Just a really simple way to practice. I can show you that later if you like. Let's go back to our exercise. So Raphael, we're up to you on number 2. Raphael, are you there?
Yep. Try to do the second one.
Mm-hmm.
To solve the problem, you need a clear, logical.
Remember, all the words are above. All you have to do is change the form to make it match.
I need to change the form of the sentence to solve the problem.
The form of the word, not the form of the sentence.
To solve the problem, you need a clear, logical. Participate, transfer. No. Logical. Analyze.
Mm-hmm.
Analyze approach.
Well, is it an adjective, a noun, a verb?
A mixture, a verb, an adjective. To solve the problem, you need a clear, logical, analyzed approach. Noun, no, adjective.
Well, which is it, noun or adjective?
No.
You got to decide.
So the problem you need to do logical.
And you don't have to guess. You can look at the sentence and just look at the clue. So, clear Is that an adjective or noun? Logical. Is that an adjective or noun?
Adjective, I think.
So the next
Uh,
word
Adjective.
will be an adjective, exactly. So what's
Yeah.
the adjective?
Of
What's the,
analyze.
uh-huh.
Um, Analytical.
Fantastic. That is
Oh,
right.
thank you very much.
That is it. That is it. So
Analytical.
So go back to the text and look at the words before and after the space to give you a clue which part of speech it is. Okay? But that's it. Analytical. All right? So, Lipe, we're doing, this is a homework that I sent yesterday from our business class, and it was to look at the word families, how a word changes when it's a noun or a verb or an adjective. And these are keywords that we're going to use to describe how technology affects communications in our field. This is keywords we're going to be using in a speaking activity. Okay? Is that clear, Lipe?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to jump in here as well, but let me go to Rebecca first, who is already here, and then I'll get back to you at the end. So Rebecca, can you take 3 for us?
Yes. My colleagues not very communicative. He really talks to the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. That is correct, but the pronunciation is communicative.
Communicative.
That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
So that's the right answer. Communicative.
Communicative.
And if you're going to write it, you would probably write it like this. Communicative. And I'll put the ones in bold that are put the letters in bold that indicate the stress. Communicative. Like that. Okay?
Communicative. Yes.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So, Saida, can you read 4 for us? And remember, you're using the words in red above and changing the form to make it fit.
4.
Number 4, yeah.
Okay, modern forms of make it. It's very easy to say. Modern form of communication
That's
make
it.
it easy to stay in touch.
That's it. Very good. So, communication as a noun. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
So, that's 100% correct and good pronunciation too.
Hmm.
Lipe, why don't you take number 5? And don't forget those red words. Your answers are at the top. You just have to change the form. So we had communicate, and Saida changed it to communication, which was correct. Try number 5 for us, Lipe.
The employees want more in the decision-making process in the company. The employees want more consult.
What more? I couldn't hear you. What more what?
What more participate in the decision
Yeah,
making
but you have
process.
to change the form of the word. Participate is a
Okay,
verb.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Uh, to be included.
You have to change the form of the word. Don't use a different word, but do use a different form. So, to participate is a verb. In number 5, do we need a verb or do we need a noun or do we need an adjective? What do we need?
Oh, uh, a noun.
We do need a
I
noun.
need a noun.
Great.
A noun. So
So,
it will be participating. Participating.
Nope. The employees want more
No.
participating in the decision making. Nope. Try again. You're right, it's a noun,
But
but participating is not the right form. That would be a gerund, which is a special noun. We need the general noun. And if you're not sure, think about what Saida just said in number 4, because it's very similar.
The employees want more participation in the decision-making process in the company.
Did you hear that, Lipe?
no, I didn't hear.
She changed, in number 4, she changed communicate to what? Do you remember what she said, Lipe? The modern forms of communicate? No, she said communicate. What's the ending? Lipe.
I don't remember. Sorry.
Say again?
I don't remember.
Ah, well, it's the same as in Portuguese, by the way. So, you have participar is the verb, and what's the noun?
Yeah.
Participando? Don't use that. We would need to use the general noun. Participação.
Participated.
Participação would be what?
Participated.
Participação in English.
Yes. I don't know.
Sound.
I know.
Oh no! It's
Oh God, participation. Oh God.
yeah, that's it. So this case it's really easy because whenever you have sound, it's just shun, or let's say
Yes.
99% of the time it's going to be the same. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, let's take it from the top again. Daniel, you're first. Number 6.
And the participants
Good.
at the conference represented a wide variety of audio technology companies.
That's it. Good. So this is a personal noun participants. Very good. Raphael, take number 7. Oh, I skipped you, Rebecca. We'll get back to you. Sorry. Raphael, take 7, and then Rebecca 8. Raphael, are you there? Hello, Raphael? Uh-oh, I don't hear Raphael. So, Rebecca, can you take 7 for us?
An outside agency has prepared okay, here I need an adjective.
Correct.
Because document is a noun.
Correct.
For that, so I think the word I have to choose is concert.
Concert. Oh, you're saying consult.
No,
right?
no. I need to change it, of course.
Yes.
Let me. Consult. There's no adjective for this word, so this is.
There is an adjective. Oh, there is. Of course there is.
There is.
There is.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, so an outside agency has prepared a consulting document.
Almost.
Consulting, no.
Almost.
But
Oh.
yesterday we didn't write the adjective of consult.
I don't remember if we did, but look, let's take a word that's easier. Let's take the word abuse. To abuse. Right?
Abuse. Okay.
What's the adjective of abuse?
Abuse it.
Abuse what?
Abuse it. Ed.
No.
No. Abusing.
Try again. There's one more.
One more.
Yeah.
Abusive.
If you say in Spanish abusivo, I guess, abusivo.
Yes. Consultative.
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 Right. You can't lose the T, and you have to actually add a little syllable. So consultative, just like we have abuse, abusive, Consultative.
Consultative. Could you write it, please? Consultative. Because yesterday, I don't have that word from yesterday.
Yeah, we might have skipped it. I don't know. It's already written because on the last page of the document you have all the answers actually. So it's
Okay,
written.
thank you.
Okay, but right now we're just going to test ourselves. So I'm not actually going to write it, but you'll see it on the last page and in just a second. Let's
So,
see.
is an outside agency has prepared a consultative document to suggest solutions to our communication problems.
That's it. That's it. Okay, and
Okay.
Saida, I want you to take 8.
Next. The charity mercy ships often use consultative tools like Dr. Aras, who specialized in trauma surgery.
So you're right that consult is going to be the same root word, but we have to change the form here because it's a different. It's not an adjective here, is it?
Consult. Use consult.
Well, is it a person or a thing? Is it a thing or a person? What is it?
Person.
Absolutely. So what do we call a person who consults?
Who consult? Yes.
What do we call a person who consults?
Consultant? No.
Say again? I think you got it. Say again?
Consulted.
I can't really hear the ending.
Consultant. Yes?
Consultant.
Consultant. Yes.
That's it. It is spelled.
Person who give consult.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
It is spelled consultant, but it is pronounced consultant. 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 Okay, I'll put that on the screen in just a minute. Let's go back to Raphael for 9. Raphael, are you back? Because you disappeared. Hello, Raphael? Raphael is not there. Daniel, take 9.
Yes, I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, you are there. Okay, sorry.
A delay. Sorry.
Go ahead, Daniel. Raphael.
Daniel.
No.
Prefer always Daniel.
No, it's you. Take 9 for us.
9. I've applied for a blank to the marketing department so I can learn new skills. I applied for a
So you're moving.
participation.
You're moving from one place to another. You're changing jobs.
Changing jobs.
Yeah.
I've applied for I've applied for a transferable.
It's the right word.
Hmm.
Now, is it a noun, adjective, adverb?
Okay.
What is it?
For a transferring.
Remember, it's a blank. So you have an article which tells you that it is what? Noun,
No.
verb, adjective. It's a noun. Correct.
I've applied for a transfer.
Do you have to change the word, or is it okay the way it is?
Yeah, I think it is okay. Transfer. A
exactly.
transfer to the marketing.
It's right. We can say a transfer as a noun. It's correct. Okay? Last one, Daniel, number 10.
Technical skills are important, but we also want people with transferable skills like time management, creative thinking.
That is correct.
Adjective, no?
That is correct. Transferable. All of those answers you can see here. Last page. Even consultative, which is number 7. What do we mean by transferable skills? That's a really good business word. Transferable skills. If you have transferable skills, Is that specific to your job or is that general?
Maybe for your job. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, what I'm asking is
I don't,
is
I don't
it
know the meaning of transferable skills.
well, let's define it. Hey class, what are some transferable skills before we move on?
Perhaps when you could go to one department to another department, you have different skills that you could be transferable to other parts of the company. I don't know.
Like what, for instance?
For example, if I can typing in a word processes, I can change to another part or another department.
Of course.
If I have
So,
sales
hang on
skills,
one
I
second.
can
Sorry, 1 second, Raphael. So, Raphael, so what is a transferable skill? The skill of
typing.
typing is a transferable skill. Exactly. So, if typing is a transferable skill, Rebecca, what would be one more? Typing is
Uh,
one. What would be an additional transferable skill?
sorry, I'm losing now. Sorry. Say again, please.
Raphael said that typing is a transferable skill, and he is right. So it's skills that are not specific to your job, but general skills. What do you think is another transferable skill besides typing?
But typing is not here. I don't understand.
I know it's not here.
Okay. I can say another one.
Yeah. Please do.
Okay. Typing and talking.
Talking, what do you mean? Is that a skill?
No, it's not a skill. Yes, you're right. So,
Not talking, but
talking,
Talking
for
English.
example,
English, yeah.
a different language. Chinese, talking
Exactly.
Chinese. Can I say that?
You can't say talking Chinese, you can only say speaking
Speaking
Chinese.
Chinese, I know. Okay, that is not a skill.
It is a
Maybe.
skill. It is a skill. Of course it's a
So I
skill.
can say so. My example is speaking Chinese.
Sure. That is a skill.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. Knowing a language is a transferable skill in the sense that it will open up doors. You can use it in different kinds of business situations. So
Yeah.
why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Saida, can you give me one more? So we've got typing, we've got foreign languages. Saida, can you add one more transferable skill?
For example, prepare some documents,
Okay.
finance documents.
Okay, what's the actual skill though? I think you got the right idea, but what's the tangible skill? What's the skill that we can identify and make money off of? If I can type, I can get paid. If I can speak English well, I can get paid for it. What's the skill in preparing documents exactly?
Uh,
Let's be really specific.
Economic?
Economic, yes.
Okay. What do you mean
Because
specifically?
I'm doctor, for example.
Uh-huh.
It's special skills.
Yeah, but that's not a transferable skill. Do you see what I mean? Because that's a specific skill to your field. You can't transfer that skill to working at a movie theater or piloting an airplane. It's not transferable. But typing on a keyboard is transferable. Now, if you said preparing documents using Microsoft Office, sure.
Okay.
That
Microsoft no, or PowerPoint.
exactly. Those are transferable skills. Using a spreadsheet, using a word processor, sure. Okay? I just want to point that out because it's a really important business term that you'll hear a lot. So Daniel, is that clear now, more or less, what a
Yes,
transferable
yes.
skill is? Okay, fantastic. Based on that idea, and based on these examples, what I'd like you to do is, I want you to go back. In the end of the last class, we started to do this and we kind of ran out of time, but I want to give you another chance. What I want you to do is keep in mind those examples, which are summarized on this table from yesterday. Now, not all the answers are there. Oh, actually, I will give you the answers. I'm sorry. Hang on just a second. If you give me just a minute, I'm going to put the answers in our notes so that you have a copy for yourself. One moment. One moment. Yeah, I'm going to put it here in our notes. We go. So if you want to consult the notes at any point, you'll have that chart filled in for you. And you can see it now on page 8. Okay, so those are all the answers to exercise 7 from the first presentation, the one we did yesterday. Okay? So you can always go there if you want to double check your answers. What we're going to do is use this chart to talk about how technology has impacted your job or your industry. You must use no less than 2, so it's not that much, but no less than 2, whoops, we get rid of that, no less than 2 forms of the word that you're going to choose, of the words you're going to choose. So let's say you'll choose no less than 2 words and no less than 2 forms. That means in the same monologue that you're going to deliver, the same answer, if you say consult, you're also going to say consultative. If you say analyze, you're also going to say analytical. You're going to try to use 2 forms of each word. Let me give you an example. Well, as an online teacher, I can talk about myself. As an online teacher, technology has made a huge impact. I would say, I'm going to start with innovative. To be an innovative teacher, you have to use technology because that is just the direction of education in general. Consultants, now I've used a second word. Consultants are often hired to sort of bring up a school or a company, bring it up to speed, make it, modernize it so that people are using technology in an innovative way. So now I've used innovative and consultants. I'm going to try to use 2 other forms of those 2 words. I can use other words, but I'm going to try to use 2 other forms. I could go on to say that if you want to stand out and be an innovator as a teacher, I think the first thing you should do is get training on new technology and particularly working online. You can have consultations with professionals from various industries, and you can use your online technology, Skype, whatever you want to use, Google Hangouts, to have consultations and give a more personalized form of teaching to people from around the world. And that, in a nutshell, is how technology has impacted communications in the field of teaching. Okay, so just to review, I use innovative and innovator. I use consultant and consultations. So I have met the requirements. Now it's up to you. Who's first?
Silence. Sorry. Can I try?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Economist.
So, just one thing, Saida. What field are you in? You said you're a doctor?
Yes, I'm doctor.
A medical doctor?
Yes. I'm
What kind of medical doctor? Sorry?
Cardiologist.
Cardiologist.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. How has technology affected the field of cardiology? And to
Uh,
help you, I'm going to keep the chart on the screen. Remember, 2 words and 2 forms. Try to use it as actively as you can. How has technology affected cardiology?
Technology.
How has technology impacted communications in the field of technology? In other words, what can cardiologists do to communicate better with each other or with patients or with uh, performing their activities using technology to perform better?
Doctor can use computers, for example, medical instruments, phonodoscope or computers and phonodoscope for, for communication, for more communication with, for example, my patients.
Good, keep going. So right now we have communication.
Yeah.
So you're going to try to use that
And
word in a different form. Okay, keep going.
and communicate.
Yeah.
Uh, I communicate with professional,
Professionals?
professor,
Teachers.
teachers. Yes, I communicate with teachers who can help me uh, for treat patient
Ah, okay. You communicate with teachers who can help you treat patients better.
better. Yes.
Got it. Very good. See if you can use one more of the key words. Okay?
Okay.
So don't forget you've got analyze, volunteer, consultation, economy. You've got a lot of choices here. Saida?
Uh, for example,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, I always want to now. I always want to be an economist. Mm,
Okay. Are you talking about communication in the field of medicine? Or are you switching fields?
Switched. I,
Okay, okay. But remember, we're talking about communications. That's the theme of the unit. So as long as it's about communication, no problem. Okay?
okay.
Okay? So,
Uh, and эко- Ой, так.
well, you think about it. We'll come back to you, okay? Think about it for a minute. Saida, look at the chat window, and I want you to notice a few corrections and suggestions. In the chat window, you said, doctor can communicate. Be very careful when you're speaking to make sure we hear the S when you have a plural. Doctors can communicate, but you were dropping the S when you were saying the plurals. Okay, Saida?
Yes.
Okay, so be careful with the ending of the word so we can really hear if it's plural or if it's singular. And then you said communications with patients will be improved. That was good. You can communicate with teachers to help you treat them patients better. That was great.
Yeah.
Instead of saying for example, when we're speaking, we usually say for instance. For example is okay, but you don't want to overuse it because it's a little bit more like when you're writing a report or something, you're giving an example. So maybe it's better to say for instance when you're speaking, and for example when you're writing, particularly if you're explaining something technical. But in general, for instance, or say, or take, these are all ways to say for example. For instance, I could talk to my old university professor if I have a problem, a medical problem to deal with, and he can give me some advice, for
Yeah.
instance. All right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Who's next? You're going to answer the question, tell me how technology has affected communications in your field or in your area.
I will try.
Go
Uh,
for it.
in my area of, in my job, there are a lot of development in the last few years. There were a lot of innovative changes that make a different analysis and different participation in our job. We need to be very innovative and try to make a lot of consultation to other people, trying to have transferable skills to do our job better.
Okay, it sounds good, but there's so many ideas that I'm getting a little bit lost.
Yeah.
It's good, but there's too many ideas. What I want you to do is say it again, but I want you to be very specific about the changes, because I know there are changes, but I don't know what they are. Okay, so it was good, but I want you to be a little bit more specific this time. And I want to give you a second feedback, which is very important, Raphael.
Okay.
Don't use a lot of if you can avoid it.
Okay.
Because you're saying it again and again and again. So what can you say instead of a lot of?
A lot of, there are different, many.
Different? Absolutely. Many? Absolutely. And you have to remember if it's countable or uncountable, because it could be much, many. It could be the opposite would be few or little. What else? I don't know. Okay, for the moment that's good enough. So think about those instead of repeating a lot of. A lot of can be used with anything, but you don't want to overuse it. Okay? So try again, but be specific about the change now.
Okay. In my job right now, there have been a lot of innovative changes.
Good.
One of them could be.
One of them is
the method of approach to the patient.
Method of approach to the
patient.
Patient? Are you a doctor?
Something similar.
Wait a second. The patients are only for doctors.
And for other professions, I think.
Like what? Prove it to me. Because outside of the medical profession, I can't think of an example.
To your consultants.
No. Your consultants will have clients, not patients.
I don't want to say my job, please.
But what I mean is, are you telling me that you're a doctor in this scenario?
Similar to a doctor, yeah. I have patients and consultants too.
Okay, but I didn't know that. I thought you were doing sales. I didn't know that.
No.
Okay.
And in this area, you need to be very innovative, because there are many changes that you need to be aware what happened. For example,
aware of
what happened.
Okay.
In the method of approach that I said before, and secondly, you need to be aware what is happening in your atmosphere.
Environment.
Cause, yeah.
Okay, it's good. Again, like yesterday, I'm going to suggest that to get extra practice, you write it up as a text and let me correct it. But it's good. Just be careful with aware versus aware of, and atmosphere is really environment. When we talk about a professional place or a professional attitude, in a place, we probably would call it the environment. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
But now I know why you weren't being specific, because you were inventing it. I suggest for this you don't invent. I suggest you talk about, it's just my personal opinion, because it's so hard to come up with details when you're imagining things. That's why I think it's better to talk about yourself in a realistic way if you can. Anyway,
Okay.
keep that in mind. Lipe, you've been completely silent. Lipe?
He's still.
Lipe? Lipe. Lipe fell asleep. Lipe is sleeping. Okay, Rebecca and Daniel. We have time maybe to do one more. I don't know if we have time to do both. Who wants it?
Okay, I'll do it.
Go for it.
Okay, my field is sales. You know, so for me nowadays communication is very important because I'm selling wine around the world, so I can be in touch with everyone with can I say thank I don't know the expression. One is because of the improvement of the communications. How could I say that?
You mean using one of the keywords here?
Yeah, but I'm not so.
You've got connections. You could use a form of connection.
Yeah, but when is because of? So can I say that? I can. My idea is to say I can keep in touch with people around the world because of the improvement of the communications.
But don't use communication.
Okay.
Because you can say that it's okay because of the better or more modern or more up-to-date or whatever you want to say communications that we have available. You could say that.
Okay.
But I want you to use a different word. Why don't you try some form of connect? Because
okay, I can connect with people all over the world. For example, I can have a meeting on Skype with China or even with you know, it doesn't matter, around the world because nowadays it's possible that. In the past it was more difficult. Everything was by telephone, for example, 20 years ago, and now it's just it's very easy and practical.
Excellent. So to do this assignment, you've got to take your two words and you've got to say them in two different ways. So right now I've heard communication and I've heard connect.
Say again, please.
Right now I have heard communication as a noun.
Yeah.
And connect as a verb.
Connect. Okay.
So you still need to use communication and connect, but not as a noun and not as a verb. Or you have to challenge yourself to do it.
So the expression would be I can connect.
No, you can say what you said before. It's okay.
Yes, but
my challenge to you is to use them in two ways. For example, I said you have to be an innovative teacher, you have to use technology. If you want to be an innovator in your field, you really have to get some training in new teaching technology. So I said innovative and innovator. So I want you to try to use two forms of connect and two forms of communicate. You've used one so far.
Innovate, the verb.
Take a look in the chat window, Rebecca.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
So, to complete the task, you need to use communication and another form, and need to use connect and another form.
Communication is very important. I can connect with people all over the world. Yeah. So?
So,
I don't understand.
so what,
Communication is very important. So, say
Rebecca,
it.
how many forms of communicate will you use in this task? How many forms? One or
Four.
two?
4.
How
Four?
many?
Four?
No, you don't need to use four. You need to use two.
Sorry, but I don't get it you. So I don't follow you. I don't know what I have to do. What to say.
So, what's another form of communication? Tell me another form.
Ah, okay. Contact. To be in
Another.
contact.
Okay, tell me another form another form of communication would be what? Another form of communication. Form.
Okay, another form would be communicate.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So, in describing technology in your field or communication in your field,
yeah.
you would use communicate and communication.
Okay.
What's another form of connect?
Connect. Connect. Connection.
Exactly. So you would try to use connection as well as connect. So you
Yeah.
say I can connect to people all over the world.
Yeah.
Continue using connection
Uh,
in a way that sounds natural. I mean, as natural as you can, because you're forcing yourself to use different forms. So not
okay,
just
I got it now. Yeah. So
yeah.
I can connect with the people all over the world because connections nowadays had suffered a huge improvement.
Okay, very good. Except the word suffer. In Spanish, you say suffer. In English, we say underwent.
Underwent.
Yeah, to undergo, and in the past, underwent.
Okay, that is the okay.
Not suffer. Suffer for us is to be tortured.
Okay,
Like,
same.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so Rebecca, that is exactly the idea. Whatever word you choose, you're going to try to use it in at least two forms, but in a way that's natural. And that example was very good. I can connect with people
Okay.
all over the world because internet connections nowadays have undergone, or they underwent in the past. I should say undergone here. They have undergone, I guess. They have undergone um, uh,
A huge
a huge upgrade and they're modernized or something like that. That's it. That's the example.
improvement, for
A huge
example.
improvement. Yeah, that's it. Good.
Okay.
So listen,
Oof,
as a homework, why
yeah,
don't you take what you've said in class, write
yeah.
it as imagine you have to write, for example,
Different sentences. Yeah.
imagine you have to write a press release. Someone asks you to make a statement to the press about how technology has affected communication in your field.
Okay.
You have to come up with a short press statement. It's got to be short enough that they can print it, just a few sentences. And the only stipulation is you must choose at least two words and you must use two forms of two words.
Okay. In the same sentence or in the same context?
In the same context, doesn't have to be the same sentence.
Okay, but in the same context. Yeah, I
Right.
get it. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So we're going to stop here. I will send you that homework in the message system to remind you, and feel free to send it to me to correct. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
we'll be back tomorrow for Great Short Stories at 9 GMT. I will be back at 10 GMT. We're going to begin our business skills section of this unit. And I've got an extra class, a reading, that we're going to review something we've done in the past at, I think it's 12 GMT tomorrow, if I remember right. So we've got a bunch of classes tomorrow. Bye for now, everyone. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Have a
Good.
good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.